New York City, the skyline that defines modern ambition, the towering structures that tell stories of ingenuity, resilience, and evolution. Today, we're diving into the fascinating history of architecture in New York, a journey through time, style, and spirit. Let's explore how the city became the concrete jungle we know and love. Our journey begins in the early 1800s when New York was still a modest port city, with a blend of Dutch, British, and early American architectural styles. At this point, buildings were primarily brick or wood, with Georgian and Federalist influences that reflect early American ideals of simplicity and symmetry. But as New York grew, so did the diversity of its architecture. The Greek Revival style of the 1830s, symbolized by buildings like the Federal Hall, became popular, a reflection of America's aspiration for democracy and classical ideals. The city was transforming, and architecture was the language of that transformation. By the late 19th century, New York's ambitions were reaching new heights, literally. The Flatiron Building, one of the city's first steel-framed skyscrapers, was completed in 1902, becoming a symbol of the city's upward ambitions. This era gave rise to the Beaux-Arts style, a grand and decorative approach inspired by classical European architecture. The Beaux-Arts style represented wealth and cultural aspiration. Buildings like the New York Public Library and Grand Central Terminal were created as grand public spaces, showcasing New York as a world capital. Then came the Art Deco movement of the 1920s and 30s, an era that gave New York some of its most iconic skyscrapers. The Chrysler Building, with its stainless steel spire and geometric patterns, represented both the spirit of the Jazz Age and the optimism of the American dream. The Empire State Building, completed in 1931, stood as the tallest building in the world for nearly 40 years. It was a testament to human resilience, built during the Great Depression, and it became a powerful symbol of hope and progress. As we move forward, the architectural styles continue to evolve. The post-war boom brought about the rise of the international style, with buildings that emphasized function and simplicity over ornamentation. You can see this style in buildings like the Seagram Building, designed by Mies van der Rohe, which introduced a sleek, minimalist look that influenced office buildings around the world. Fast forward to the present day, and New York's skyline tells a story of resilience, especially with the completion of One World Trade Center after the tragic events of 9/11. Modern architecture in New York combines high-tech sustainability with bold designs, blending the past with a vision for the future. Each building, each street, each design tells a part of New York's unique story. From humble origins to one of the most recognizable skylines in the world, New York City's architecture is a timeline of human creativity, strength, and the constant drive to reach higher. So next time you walk through these streets, remember, every building has a story, and every story is a piece of New York. New York isn't just about its towering skyscrapers. Its neighborhoods tell stories just as rich. In areas like Brooklyn and Harlem, you'll find rows of brownstones, buildings that carry the charm of the 19th century with intricate brickwork and stoops that have seen generations pass by. And then there's the High Line, a transformed railway that brings green space and contemporary art to the cityscape. These areas blend the old with the new, showing how New York reinvents itself while honoring its roots. Each neighborhood, each building adds to the city's unique character and tells the story of the people who've called it home. This edition brings in the perspective of New York's diverse neighborhoods, showing how the city isn't just defined by its skyscrapers, but also by its distinct communities and evolving spaces. This gives viewers a richer understanding of how architecture reflects both the growth and the soul of New York. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the architectural history of New York City. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for more stories of cities, culture, and the people who shape them.